look, they just got the
just put a
read
saddler
again.
on
Look
it.
at the read, bro.
So now it looks like 100 Thieves are going to try and dominate A main a little more. But there are 4 players over on this side of the map for the defense.
And all that utility as well. You've got 2 nanos, the alarm bot, the turret, everything is here. And I think they're trying to play around getting the knife on his Elsis, but I want to see he avoided it. Yeah, all that utility's still up. And there's no go. There's nothing to really set Cryo out.
Just on completely different pages. What is this?
Spike down A.
What is that?
These A-pops look absolutely disastrous, and Leaf
Oh
is just
my
styling
god,
on them
what
to
is
end.
that? So today we're going to talk about 100 Thieves and their loss to Cloud9 and wonder what is going on with 100 Thieves. And through that, we're going to take a look at the map of Ascent. And to start off, we're going to first take a look at round number 4. And this one is less about 100 Thieves, really, and more about C9 just doing something pretty cool. This is a pretty cool round by them, because they're actually on a bit of an eco buy. Leaf has a hero rifle, and I guess that they're just trusting that he will get a kill before he dies, and therefore we'll have jet knives for next round, and so it doesn't matter that he doesn't have any money left, essentially. Or, you know, if he does just die, I guess they'll just hope to get the ult up for him in the next round and get him his knives that way. But what's going to happen in this round, really, really cool here by C9, is you're going to see an early dart come in just there. So they send this little dart out there. They're then going to send a flash out this way from the KO. You can kind of maybe just tell that the KO is in the process of sending out that flash. We're going to get an Omen flash in here as well. It's just a really cool. You'll see as we go, as I try and pause this at the right spots. But in goes the dart. 100 Thieves shoot it after it pings once. There goes this flash. Out comes Leaf with the dash just there. There goes that Omen flash. Catches, I think, both Cryo and Asuna. They managed to get that first kill. We can then get an Omen flash in response from Bang here from 100 Thieves, who's in kind of a perfect position to flash them all. But nevertheless, Leaf is going to put down a second jet smoke just there. And now you see back here, we get, I think, what is both a KO molly and a nano swarm here thrown as well from C9. That's thrown by these two back here. So they've like just completely mollied this. And we're about to get a second KO flash as well, which is also going to blind everyone from 100 Thieves. Elsis actually gets the kill with the nano swarm. And then Leaf is able to get that kill as well. Just super, super cool stuff, right? And then I even like their response to this afterwards as well. Put an alarm bot down here. Obviously, now you're worried where these other 2 players are. That, you know, they could be, they could really be anywhere because they sent 4 players into B main. So they put an alarm bot down in B main just to kind of cover their steps. And lo and behold, the alarm bot does go off as well. So they have the information that, you know, one person is towards B main, and soon enough they will see the drone come out, and then soon enough they'll see Stella as well, and then the rotates will start to flood over. So they see Stella just there as well, and so now everyone starts to rotate across. They actually pop a KO ult here, you know, which is, you know, I mean, I guess it's just trying to fully secure this round, which they do very quickly there, and so yeah. 100 Thieves, obviously that was more of just a C9 round, but I thought it was cool enough that we had to show it. But now let's talk about 100 Thieves, because let's come to round number 9, which is the round I showed at the start of the video. And this is the round, yeah, where Cloud9 have a, like, 4 stack here with the Killjoy setup as well, all on A. So they had some really strong, good reads in this game at Cloud9, particularly on their defense sides of Ascent here. And this was another, like, probably the prime example of this, where everyone is just in the exact right place, pretty much, to counter this. Because what 100 Thieves are going to go for, they're kind of going for this, like, fast punish of someone being a bit pushed up. So the one way is going to come in here. They send in this KO flash. They send in the dart. Cryo's going to dash across, right? So in goes the flash. The dart's going to go up there. Cryo's going to dash across just here, doing a little, like, I don't know, NBA impression here with the like the logo thing. Kind of funny. And the idea of this, of course, is to catch someone out, you know, kind of pushed up here, and they're going to be flashed, and they're going to get revealed, and Cryo's dashing in on them, and they're going to die, right? That's the kind of idea. Unfortunately for them, no one really is here to get caught by this, but Jake will get hit by the dart. Okay, so Cryo, you know, he comes around this corner, and he sees, yeah, no one's there, but you can see Jake's getting hit by the dart. So now they try and, you know, get the kill there on the guy that they know is there. So we're going to get an Omen flash in, and Cryo's just going to smoke here and just try and like peek this corner and see if he can find that kill. So that's kind of the next layer to this. There goes the Omen flash, and you see he just gives it a quick peek, but it's not really there. You know, they slightly missed that timing window, and so Jake is able to get safe. And we end up with KO knives coming in from both sides. Now, the C9 KO knife here is probably suppressing all three of these guys, right? And they've heard the jet dash, so they know that it's at least 4 people here already. But this is really where it starts to fall apart for 100 Thieves, in not realizing that, you know, obviously there's plenty of time left, right? Like, we're right into the start of the round. There's plenty of time left, and okay, yeah, they used one flash, and, you know, they used a dart, and they used the Omen flash, and they used Cryo's dash, so they did use a lot for this, and, you know, they haven't really got a lot from it. But there's still plenty of time, and, you know, you've still got a drone, you still have one flash left, you got the KO molly, you know, you still got one jet smoke, you got the Viper mollies, you've got some ults as well, you know, your smokes obviously will come back, like, you know, you've got 2 shock darts, you've still got plenty of utility to play with, and kind of, you know, still feel this round out. But instead, I don't even know what happens next, because Cryo's just, this smoke is going to fade, he kind of backs up, everyone is probably still suppressed, I would think, from 100 Thieves, or, you know, they're just kind of maybe getting to the point where they aren't suppressed. Cryo sends the smoke out, and he's just going to run out, right? And again, they still have all that utility I mentioned before. We still have a drone. We still have a flash. So why is he just running in? I honestly don't get this, right? I don't understand. And so, yeah, he just dies. And now, again, we still have all that util, but now, you know, Bang is going to try and get in there, and he's going to die. And, yep, there goes the KO nade that isn't hitting Leaf either. And by this point, the round is over, and everyone's just trying to, you know, go in, like, literally one by one. You know, just lambs to the slaughter, and then, you know, they just kind of style on them at the end here, do C9. And, yeah, this round was just a bit of a mess from 100 Thieves, probably their worst round in the entire match. Now we're going to take a look at round number 12. But before we take a look at round number 12, we're going to take a look at round number 5. And we're going to take a look at round number 5 because Derek has a Sova ult. And what is about to happen here is, this is a fairly common setup, right? Your Sova is going to ult from somewhere back here as these guys push up on shore, and whether you ult actually towards shore itself or ult towards the site, you know, the idea is to create some chaos as these guys are kind of entering in onto the site from here. I've seen many different teams do this, and actually in this case, we're actually going to get a dart destroyed here in Wine, I think, in just a second. And yeah, just there goes the dart, and it gets destroyed. So Derek sees that as kind of his opportunity to pop this overall as Cryo and Asuna are kind of coming up there. You know, he's trying to find where these people might be and whatnot. He's trying to find these tags, and he can't quite do it. Now, we're not going to take a look at the rest of this round. I just need you to remember that Derek is Sova ulting from back here, you know, towards the A site as these guys try and come through short. Because now when we come to round number 12, oh look, Derek has a Sova ult again, and guess what 100 Thieves are going to do? They are going to come out here and send Bang and Derek towards A main, and these three are going to come in towards short. And again, we're going to get a similar Sova ulting position there from Derek, and you can see that C9 have the read again. Look at this. They've got 3 players stacked here ready to kind of punish Derek for doing this ult again at them. Now, they also have a KO ult here, do C9, so this is going to be really cool by them that as we get the ults coming in here from Derek, they're just going to pop their KO ult straight away. So in they start to come, and we're going to see that as Derek pops his ult here, and he's just used his, yep, we pop the KO ult, and we use the KO ult, and so no Sova ult for you, and now we're going to push you as well. Bang does manage to get one, but it's traded just there. And, well, Zephyr actually starts to leave just for a second, just to throw down a KO nade to make sure he's not getting flanked from behind from 100 Thieves. But now they focus their attention on Derek as well and manage to get this kill also. So we got the spike down, and when you get the spike down in a position like this, and it's like, it just turns into pure chaos these rounds a lot of the time. There's that KO nade. Jake actually, you know, TPs across here. We're going to get a really nice flash just over the top from Zephyr, and a nice swing, and they get that kill on Cryo as well. And we end up in a 4v2. But 100 Thieves are actually going to manage to win this round. And, you know, maybe they played it a bit too aggressive there as Zephyr's swinging whilst Jake is kind of TPing away to safety. They know that both players are here, though, so at least they have the information. You know, they've seen a KO nade and a Viper molly. They know that both players are here, and so they can kind of, you know, deal with that however they want. But it just turns into a bit of chaos. Jake does really well, like, to live long enough to allow Zelsis to actually, you know, come and join him, essentially. But Leaf is going to try and send out this jet smoke, and in the meantime, Asuna just takes his head off. So we end up in a 2v2, and it's a bit of a weird situation still. You know, it's a bit of a Mexican standoff here. And, well, they find the first kill there, but in the 2v1, Stellar is going to manage to find Jake just here. You know, he has a pretty good idea where both these players are at this point, and he's just going to spam on the box, and Jake is going to die there. And then in the 1v1, Stellar's able to win it as well, and get it a 4th round to 100 Thieves. But now let's finish with round number 22, because whilst 100 Thieves' attack side may have been a bit predictable, and it may have, you know, not been fully, the coordination maybe wasn't there at all times, they actually managed to pull it back on the defensive side, and they're actually winning the game at this point. And this was a crucial round. And if 100 Thieves did win this round, they probably win the game. Because if you take a look at C9's money that they have left, you know, if they lost this round, it's going to be 12-10, and they do not have a good buy. So if 100 Thieves win this round, they probably win the game. And they have the chance to win this round as well. It's going to start off with, you know, a fairly normal setup from, you know, both teams, to be honest. You know, there's nothing too crazy going on in the early parts of the game. But what's about to happen is Stella is about to get revealed by a dart, and so Rooney's going to try and find the first kill with his Silverall. He actually tags Derek, but then can't quite finish him off, and so we end up in this situation. Now, Leaf has pushed deep into mid early on as well, you know, kind of faking that this might be a, you know, a fast play with the Silverall and whatnot, and they're about to, you know, do a nice quick B hit, and then we're going to get a Killjoy lockdown as well. Now, this Killjoy lockdown as a fake doesn't really work, because Asuna is going to see Rooney and both Leaf, you know, just there. And so, you know, they kind of get that information, well, your Sova's here and your Jet's here, and that's a bit odd. And I don't love these Killjoy lockdown fakes, to be honest. I don't think they work often enough or give you enough for an ult that's so strong and can sometimes just win rounds on its own. I think you can often end up in situations like this where it gets sniffed out a bit too early, and actually the map ends up looking like this, where you're actually ending up coming to the site where there's more people than less if it gets sniffed out too early. And also you know, maybe put, you know, the cart before the horse a bit, thinking that, oh, our fake has worked, and, you know, you end up in this situation where they don't fully clear wine, and so Bang is about to flash them and get 2 nice kills here as well. Now, whilst that was going on, Asna did die to Leaf, though, so we are in a 4v3. Okay, but it's a 4v3 for 100 Thieves. Obviously, Bang is in a bit of an isolated spot, and he doesn't fully know what's going on around him. So he's just going to, like, smoke himself off, essentially, and just try and live. Now, Cryo has an op up in heaven, and initially it looks like he's in a lot of trouble here, because he's looking the wrong way. He's looking towards the site, but then he does look towards the window and recognizes this is a possibility. He has to hit this shot. If Cryo hits this shot, a part of me thinks that they would win this map. Unfortunately, he misses the shot, and Leaf kills him. And now we end up in a 3v3. And so now it's all a bit different, and, you know, now you're trying to play for kills because it's a 3v3 instead of a 3v2, or, you know, even if they traded that kill, it could have even been a 4v2 if he somehow managed to escape. But Bang gets revealed as the smoke fades at kind of a bad time for him, and so C9 just basically hunt him down with these 2 players. And unfortunately for Bang, he won't be able to survive, and they get the kill, do C9. So we end up in a 3v2. Drone comes out from Rooney. The spike is down. And Derek is going to find a spam kill here onto Rooney, just, you know, spamming through the floor just there. Manages to find a kill, but in the 2v2, we're going to see some nice trades going back and forth here for both teams, actually. That's a good trade, but then Leaf trades it back. And so C9 would win the round. We would then go to overtime, and C9 would manage to win the game. And for 100 Thieves, clearly they need to work on some stuff. I do think we need to praise C9, though, as well, for just being really way better than they have kind of any right to be, if we're being real about it. So, you know, C9 are playing much better than I thought that probably they ever could this early on in the kind of format. But 100 Thieves clearly do need to be working on some stuff. It just feels like certain parts of certain maps just, it isn't working.